Hello and welcome back to Teed Up, an original podcast created and produced by Long Beach State student-run newspaper, The Daily 49er. If you're listening to the show on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, be sure to check it out on YouTube. I'm Isabel Silagy.
I am Sonny Tapia.
I'm Matty G.
And I'm Naoki.
Thank you guys for being here, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Okay, to start off the episode per usual, we're going to jump into beach sports.
Yeah, basketball season is done.
Mm-hmm.
Men's and women's basketball just finished up. To I don't want to say no one's surprise. It's so shocking though.
No one's surprised.
No one's surprised.
Men's basketball loses to Cal Poly Slow. Just for reference, Cal Poly Slow won one conference game
on December 29th.
They hadn't won a game in the conference this calendar year, and they beat us by 20.
20?
Yeah,
No.
20. It was 20.
They beat us 20 points.
Are we that bad?
Oh, we're terrible.
I guess
No, we're not. It was
Weird.
It was a weird year,
Mhm.
right? Some bright spots, right? Lucina Traore winning newcomer of the year of his first year at Long Beach State, making All Big West first team, right? And his first year, was a double machine, right? And just
school record.
tied school record for double doubles in a season. Abubakar, best hustle player. There's no secret that Abubakar is like the pulse of this team. That guy that he's a vocal leader, kind of anchors that defense from the wing spot. And then AJ George as a freshman really did shine in the absence of Joel Murray and playing alongside Marcus Sahonis.
He shined, but it's like, do the awards really matter if you don't even go far in the Big West tournament? You can't even win the tournament.
Not necessarily, but because our only graduate is Joel Murray, it's something that you can build on, right? It's something it's a foundational piece with the Traore boys, and then AJ George and Jadon Jones still has a year or two left. It's something you can build on for sure. And then with a new season comes new recruits, and guys get a grade up. So you'll see your guys of Chase Polynice and your Maddox Munsons and your J. Hart Jr. start to get some playing time next year. And you still have Tobias Rodegaard that comes out the bench, and your Tone Hunters who can at times run your offense, but you wouldn't want to.
I'm just tired of seeing Lego structures on the court because of all the bricks. So it's just not really worth it to me.
With that terrible joke, what about women's basketball?
Yeah, women's sports.
Opposite situation.
Yeah.
They're losing a lot of the players, but they did also do a lot better this season.
They did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was disappointing.
It was. They finished second despite having the best record in the conference, just to the virtue of Irvine didn't play 2 games. So just by virtue of win percentage, Irvine had the number 1 seed, which I think when it came down to the matchups later on in the tournament, I think that might have cost us a little bit because having to play against Hawaii.
Well, Irvine got bounced in the very first round of
They
the tournament.
did, but I think we would have beat. I don't even know who they played, but the way that the matchups ended up working on later on, I think that us securing the number 1 spot, I think, and getting the Big West, like the conference regular season title, I think would have done a lot for this team and brought some extra momentum moving forward. And then they lost the first game of the WNIT against San Diego. Just a struggle of a game. We lost by.
It was a bad loss.
It was a bad loss. So you can tell that coming off of that Hawaii loss,
I think just deflated.
Yeah.
Cameron didn't seem like he necessarily was there anymore.
Yeah.
They wanted to win.
He was coach of the year, though.
He was coach of the year. The program was great.
It was a phenomenal year. Yeah. And I think that losing that last Davis game, the last regular season game, did something. On losing on senior night, you have 5 seniors that are going to graduate, and losing that game, I think, might have brought the mood down a little bit. But
they can hold their head high. At the very least, Cameron was coach of the year, Tori Harris, Big West player of the year. And they also had the freshman of the year, so they really swept through the majority of awards this year.
But I guess going into next season, you kind of have to be like, you got
now what?
5 of your best players are leaving. Like the 5 seniors that they had they were like the backbone of this
Makai Berry especially.
Yeah, Makai Berry, Tori Harris, Kiana Hamilton Fisher. Those guys are all leaving, so it's kind of like, okay, going into next season, Coach Cameron really has to flex his big coach brain and still figure out to try to make a winning program out of younger talent. You know what I mean? The talent that this year didn't get to play a lot because he was just playing all the seniors.
Yeah. All right. Well, sad the basketball season is over, but in other news, NFL free agency has hit, and it has been craziness thus far.
Very eventful indeed.
It has been.
Biggest quarterback move of the offseason happened either today or yesterday. Marcus Mariota, the Eagles.
Yes.
Wow,
sir.
fly Eagles fly. Fly Eagles fly.
Yes. Oh man, the Eagles offseason has been such a roller coaster.
Has it?
Yeah, with news coming out that Darius Slay his agent wanted to trade, not necessarily Slay himself, and then to him being released and then getting an extension, and I was like, what is going on? Like, we re-signed James Bradbury, so the two top corners in the league are coming back to the Eagles. They had the most passes defended among any quarterbacks. They were number 1 and number 2. And then Javon Hargrave, our star D tackle, left to the Niners. That defensive line of the Niners is going to be so gross. Disgusting.
Can't wait.
Jason Kelce came back one more year.
Yes, he did.
One more year.
He's taking his talents back to
Philly. Super happy.
Yeah.
Super happy. Fletcher Cox also came back to kind of mentor the younger defense with Jordan Davis and and I forget his name. He got hurt like very, very early in the year. Derek Barnett. He had an injury league game 1, and then that's what allowed like your Josh Sweat to shine and on the edge. And then we're still waiting on CJ Gardner-Johnson. I want us to bring back CJ Gardner-Johnson. Please re-sign him. And Bobby Wagner is still a free agent. You know,
we were talking about that.
We were talking about it. Even if he's half of what he was in the Legion of Boom, would do so much wonders for this defense, because now you have Nakobe Dean and Kaiser White, who are younger middle linebackers. To have a guy like Bobby Wagner to mentor those guys going into the future is just going to be so massive.
Yeah, it'll be like that veteran presence in the locker room that'll really help.
Speaking of the NFC East, the Cowboys.
Ow.
I'm happy about it. I'm going to start that off real quick.
What did they do?
They released Zeke. Finally.
Shocking.
I'm like so happy about that, because Tony Pollard has deserved that running back number 1 spot forever.
Yeah.
Like, Zeke hasn't performed at all.
It's been like 2 seasons of
and
like Tony
it's been
Pollard.
crazy, and we just keep paying him all this money just to stay, and it's so annoying. So yes, we released him finally. He's out. Pollard can step up. I'm totally cool with that. But then on the defensive side of things, even though we already had Trayvon Diggs getting all these picks, even though they were basically, a lot of them were floaters, but you know, it is what it is. But we have Stephon Gilmore now.
Yeah.
A lockdown defensive player.
Hall of Fame cornerback.
So that'll be kind of nice. I mean, it'll be kind of similar to the Eagles situation by having like that veteran presence. If you guys do end up pulling Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
It'll be like that veteran presence. And I think that'll really help. I mean, because I think Trayvon Diggs, honestly, he needs to kind of chill out mentally.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to relax and I mean, because obviously when you get that many picks in one season and you go on that run, it's nice to see, and you get kind of hyped. Like, you get really excited because you're a defensive player, defensive minded. Like, that's what you do. Yeah. So I think Gilmore will kind of chill him out. Yeah. And make him realize, like, look, take it day by day, game by game. Yeah. Don't get ahead of yourself. Yeah.
Especially because
be level.
Gilmore is such a phenomenal technical corner. Yes. Like, Diggs, a lot of the time, he gambles so hard that he just gets beat.
And he gets burned every time.
So I think Gilmore will kind of allow him to go like, hey, you don't have to always gamble.
You don't have to be that guy.
Hey, just stay on your man.
Yeah.
Stay on your man. It doesn't have to be an interception every single pass.
That's why he wants to be that star.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't have to do that every single play.
No. Yeah. You know, and like Stephon Diggs is a former defensive player of the year as a cornerback.
Yeah.
So he's probably one of the best available mentors that you can have right now in the league. So it's gonna be interesting division in the NFC East, because then the
best division,
because the Giants just traded for Darren Waller.
Yep.
One of a top tight end in the
league.
Even
though he just got married to Kelsey Plum, and it was like
Vegas.
last second in Vegas.
Speaking of Vegas, Matty, your favorite, Derek Carr, who's
Yikes.
basically kicked off of the Raiders. They said, don't come back here.
Top 10 to 15 quarterback.
No.
Got waived by his own
15 to
team.
25, we'll say.
They replaced him with Jimmy G.
Got waived.
Yeah, they did. Okay, so Derek Carr, he signs with the Saints for 4 years, $150. That's a sizable contract for him.
Yeah.
At this point in his career.
Yeah.
Like, go Derek. But then, the Raiders turn around and sign Jimmy Garoppolo for 3 years, $72.8 million. How do we feel about that? Is that a good pickup for the Raiders? No?
I think if they're tanking, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
but can't you see Jimmy G in Vegas? Doesn't it just make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Come on.
Not at all.
He's too clean cut for Vegas.
He's too pretty for Vegas.
Yes,
It's true.
he's too clean cut.
I'm a little sad. Well, okay, I'm not going to say I'm a little sad because, like, the quarterback situation in San Francisco, obviously very dramatic, very unexpected this season. And I know a lot of the 49ers guys were, like, sad to see Garoppolo go. So
that's fair.
He seems like a good locker room.
He does seem like a good locker room guy. Everyone loves him. They thought, like, there are some guys on the 49ers who thought he was the guy, like he should be their starter.
Oh, for sure.
This is a little bizarre to me. But anyway, he's in Vegas now. Yeah, and then the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts made some interesting moves. They got rid of some cap. They cut Matt Ryan, and they've moved up in the draft to the 4th overall pick, and they're looking to take a quarterback.
They just signed Gardner Minshew.
See?
Yeah.
Go Colts.
Don't need a quarterback.
They did.
You don't need a quarterback.
I mean, and at the same time, like, this year's draft isn't going to be super quarterback heavy.
No.
It's like there are decent picks, don't get me wrong, but it's not like it has been in past years where it was super quarterback heavy, where everyone wanted a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that.
Do we think that there are any, like, franchise quarterbacks coming out of this draft?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud is probably the only one that would be
Richardson,
a franchise.
if he can develop like Josh Allen, I think.
Okay.
It's a similar comp where he has all the talent.
It's that strong arm.
It's just he actually do that. He played very little.
No Bryce Young?
He's too short.
Yeah.
Well, Drew Brees was short.
Well, did you see the photos of Bryce Young wearing like boosted platform shoes at the combine?
He's wearing heels.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is all to say that there is still a very large question looming out there in NFL free agency. Yes.
Best question.
Best question.
Is there?
The opposite of clean cut.
The opposite.
100%.
The exact polar opposite. Aaron Rodgers. Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
But he's like the evil version of Mr. Rogers.
It's not the neighborhood, it's the hood.
I don't know. He plays in Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's from NorCal.
Yeah, he ain't got a hood. Never mind.
Where is he going? That's the question.
Jets. He's going to the Jets.
I just want to say in episode 1 of Teed Up, I called that.
Well, he made the vocal like positioning on how he felt about it, and he said like he would be willing to negotiate.
Yeah,
and they have like the deal in place. They're waiting for him just to like.
It's the opposite.
What?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers agreed fully.
It's
okay, so they're waiting
because the Jets won a lot from Green Bay. Do we think Green Bay is going to give up what the Jets want?
Wait, is it the opposite way?
Huh?
Green Bay wants a lot from the Jets.
Cut it.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Do we think that Green Bay is going to get what they want for Aaron Rodgers from the Jets? No, because
it's
they want like
a situation, and they want Jordan Love to be starting.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really see them being the team to lead negotiation. Are you going to waste all that like draft capital you put into Jordan Love just keep Aaron Rodgers another
45-year-old man?
So like you're going to have to give. I think it's similar to what we saw in hockey with the Patrick Kane situation. Once a team like has that leverage, there's really no control.
That's true.
Yeah.
New York. There you go.
I mean, the Jets aren't they were a good team.
Yeah, I know.
They weren't bad. They have Garrett Wilson over there, Corey
White.
Davis. They signed Alan Lazard, who's familiar with Aaron Rodgers. They have a good defense, like a cornerstone corner in Sauce Gardner. It's not a bad situation to be at right now if you're Aaron Rodgers. And if Garrett Wilson put up the stats that he did with Zach Wilson,
Mike White.
Like why? But then you bring in Aaron Rodgers.
But it's not really a rising Aaron Rodgers anymore. It's a declining Aaron Rodgers.
What was that? Watson, Christian Watson. I mean,
Aaron Rodgers had a better second half of the season.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So Garrett Wilson's already like a up and coming receiver.
Yeah.
I would say I would argue he's better than Christian Watson at this point. You know what I mean? It's not a bad situation to be at.
It's not terrible, but it's not great.
It's not, yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Green Bay, speaking of the Jets, speaking of things that are green, it is time for Pickle Break.
You know, it's a very green holiday today.
It is.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Matty's Day.
And St. Matty's Day, some would say.
St. Matrix Day.
Mansville, Texas the only place in the world where you can have a St. Patrick's Day pickle parade.
Really?
Really, yeah. And we spoke a little bit about Dallas.
We did.
Yep,
we spoke a little
The
bit
Cowboys
about Dallas.
cheerleaders actually come out celebrating this pickle day. Everyone dressed in green. We got pickle costumes. I'm sure they're eating pickles.
It's
just a very great day for like
pickle culture.
Pickle culture.
Irish Americans.
There you go.
There you go.
People. Just people.
People love
Lovely
pickles.
people.
People love pickles.
Not really.
Amen.
And then it's like hopping into another sport we talked about earlier, basketball. I feel like pickleball has become the sport where we really can talk about it so often with pickles.
Oh yeah.
And the Chicago Bulls hosted a pickleball tournament. It was the first time ever.
The very first one.
NBA Stadium, not the first pickleball tournament.
Is it not?
No, first one in NBA.
In a massive venue.
Yeah.
But it was hosted on December 30th last year.
And you said that was the Bulls, right?
The Bulls.
Well, I mean, the Bulls even had that St. Patty's Day jersey.
They're better than the Celtics
from
jerseys.
Naoki about
opinions from Naoki about the jersey.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal jersey.
It's
just putting that out there.
Really beautiful.
Listen,
very excellent.
Their color scheme is red and white.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just make an all green jersey.
Why not? Says who?
Okay, if everybody else in the league did it, I would be okay with it. I wouldn't complain. But because it's the Bulls and they're the only other team that does it.
Okay, well then how about this? You buy an NBA team, you can make your choice.
No, I'll buy the league.
Michael Jordan.
I'll buy the league.
Well, I'm talking myself.
I'll buy the entire association. Everybody's wearing green. Every mascot's gonna be green. Every single one.
Yikes!
I'm gonna abolish the 29 other teams. Who's gonna make the Celtics?
Just one giant Celtics.
Yeah, just one giant.
What else
Celtics
do you have pickle themed?
Oh, hopping over to Dublin, Ireland.
Let's go.
This one's just very interesting to me. Michelin star. Everyone knows how important they are to a restaurant. Pickle. That's the name of the restaurant.
That's it. That's
it. It's just called Pickle.
Yeah.
It's a staple.
Michelin-starred restaurant, Dublin, Ireland.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do they have over there?
I think it's
Pickles.
Indian food.
You think so?
No, it's Indian food. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not even.
It's not about pickles.
Do they even serve pickles in like Indian cuisine?
They do like pickled vegetables.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pickle
adjacent, we would say.
Pickle adjacent. That's true.
We're proper.
And we'll finish it off. I got a question for you, Sonny.
Oh,
what do you know about Danville Community College? The Danville Jaguars, one might add.
The Danville Jaguars. I do not know anything. Can you please inform me?
How about Tana Cedar? Does that name ring any bells?
It does not, unfortunately.
Well, if you guys really were up on your pickle knowledge in community college athletics, she is a sophomore forward for the basketball team there.
Amen.
And I thought this was really interesting. Tana, shout out to you. Her favorite food is pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Come on the pod. That's it. That's all you need.
And her hero is Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Famous Irishman.
Come on.
There you go.
Come on.
There you go.
Let's go. Come on.
We'll replace you with
Tana.
There we go.
Tana. Just give her the jersey.
Yeah, just give her the jersey.
Right.
Come
we
on.
have a Tanya.
Close enough.
It's true.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Matty.
Of course.
Happy St. Matty's Day, everybody.
Happy St. Matty's Day.
Okay, moving on. World Baseball Classic. It is going into its final stages. Group play ended last week. A lot of very crazy things to come out of it. But Matty, why don't you walk us through some of the really big highlights that you have been talking about?
There's like a lot of big moments. First off, I think anyone who thinks this tournament should be played is on the wrong side of the sport.
That's true.
This tournament's been so great to enjoy, just like seeing all these countries come together, seeing how much people enjoy it. I mean, it's been more passionate than any other baseball game I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Like you see these crowds that they're drawing. Before the World Baseball Classic even started, and like the preseason games, exhibition games, I guess they're called, Ohtani was drawing crazy crowds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like
fans were passing around like his home run ball.
Oh, that was
to take photos of it.
And they gave it back to the original.
Yeah. So nice.
But I mean, some of the big moments would be Dominican Republic not getting out of the groups.
Yeah,
a lot of people they were the betting favorite.
They were.
I had Japan. But
appreciate that.
Making that known.
Thank you.
But some of the other big moments, I mean, there are some just interesting countries to see playing in this tournament, and some that advanced out of groups. Australia getting to the quarterfinals. Who really expected that?
I did.
Did you?
Of course you
No,
did.
you didn't.
You back Luke Glendening.
Hell yeah.
Don't lie.
What else do we have getting out of the groups? Italy.
Italy.
Known baseball country, Italy. Matt Harvey, the dark horse, make a comeback.
Matt Harvey making a return to like baseball is crazy.
I saw this clip. It was like the most Italian thing. It's like when they're playing the Italian baseball team, they're like on the dugout like this, and then they have an espresso machine. I was like,
that's my kind of team.
Man,
that's the best.
Yep.
That's the team.
But we also saw Mexico advancing, topping the group
with their beautiful.
You want to talk about ugly jerseys?
Stop! No, we're gonna fight about.
We're gonna
100%.
talk about. If you guys ever have the time to look up what
they're gorgeous.
Sonny, what are they like?
It's disgusting. It's like North Carolina blue with pink, and they're like pastel.
White, but it's about.
It's so dumb.
Song in Mexican culture, like that's what it's from.
They're not good jerseys.
I love it.
Yeah, because nothing screams Mexico like powder blue.
I feel like we're offending a lot of people
white.
with this episode.
All right, and Matt, what about Team USA?
Yeah,
with their fearless captain,
Mike Trout.
We saw USA look like a team that could have got eliminated, in my opinion, early.
Yeah, they look
bad. Good. Obviously, the pitching staff's not what you would expect, and I think that's like something that kind of is concerning. I want a lot of these players to start playing this tournament, obviously.
Yeah,
but Mike Trout thrived. All the accusations of Mike Trout not being a big game player, I think at this point can be washed over.
Which is so, I don't know, as a baseball fan who's watched Mike Trout kind of like meander around in Anaheim, it's really nice to see him on a big stage, like absolutely killing it. And also, you know, this is probably the only time in his career he's going to have an opportunity to play in situations like this.
It's true.
No, it's true.
It's true.
He's past his prime. He's playing like he's back in it, but he's past his prime.
He had the second most home runs in the league last year.
I'm not saying he's not still a great player, but what I'm saying is he's probably past his prime. He's like 30 years old. You know,
that's like the peak athlete prime.
It is.
Yeah, but with his injuries, I don't know.
No.
All I'm saying is I'm happy to see.
What is with this Mike Trout slander, man?
I'm not slandering. I'm saying this is a good thing. It's nice to see him thrive.
I hope that at some...
On Lint?
I hope that at some point in his career, he wins a World Series or a playoff game.
He's not.
No, I hope he does.
If he gets traded to Anaheim,
I hope he does. No, with the Angels.
He's not.
And then we're gonna come back to this, and we're gonna rub. I'm not even an Angels fan.
Listen,
you're not even a baseball fan.
But look, Mike Trout likes the Eagles, so I'm backing Mike Trout. I back you, dog. Yeah,
no,
come on, man.
No. Okay. Anyway, Mike Trout, go Mike Trout. But what about Edwin Diaz?
It's an unfortunate situation.
Very sad.
Terrible.
Like,
poor
it's a freak accident. Something similar happened to the Angels in the past with Kendrys Morales rounding home base, jumping, breaks his leg.
Yeah.
For Edwin Diaz, it's the patella tendon. But like, not funny, but ironic moment. Last year, the Mets celebrated winning a World Series in spring training. A lot of people brought up how he celebrated, it got hurt, and this wouldn't happen if he was at spring training.
Ooh.
He should be playing at the tournament.
Yeah.
The team's insured. They're going to get his money back.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Mets fans think they're going to miss out on winning a World Series because they don't have Edwin Diaz.
I don't even think
they're going to. They weren't going to the World Series with him.
Let's be honest. But a closer's not going to reap that much of like the success.
No. They have like 2 elderly men on their
their entire pitching
staff,
roster is like not.
But it is like really sad for
Yeah.
one of the better stories in baseball last year, the trumpets and just how dynamic Edwin Diaz was.
Yeah.
And then seeing his brother too on the field with him crying. It was heartbreaking. And how silent Puerto Rico went. That should be like one of the biggest moments for them as a baseball country. Like, they love the sport.
Yeah.
The entire island ran out of hair dye. And the 2017 World Baseball Classic, they all dyed their hair blonde.
Is that a fact?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Like, it's unfortunate.
It is sad.
Other news about the World Baseball Classic. This tournament's been massive. Yeah. There's no way around it. People say it only matters how baseball's played in the U.S. We have the World Series, all this slander.
No.
Not true.
Japan versus Korea had 63 million viewers. Like, it's some crazy numbers being put up. It outdid any World Series ever, which the World Series is also the one from 1980. It was not a recent World Series.
No, World Series ratings are not what they used to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. And we're seeing on a modern stage for baseball to pull in 63 million viewers.
It's incredible. And I think that shows you that, like, in the U.S., like, we have, America's pastime is baseball. But, like, baseball's a global phenomenon. And
100%.
really, like, the, like, modern takes of baseball, it's not happening in the U.S. It's happening in other parts of the world. It's happening in Japan. It's happening in Korea.
The U.S. doesn't even have the most players in the league anymore by far.
No.
They're dominated per capita by, like, the Dominican and all these other countries. And then, like, 48% of Japan watched the quarterfinals. Yeah. That number's higher in Puerto Rico. 61% of Puerto Rico watched a game against Cuba.
That's so cool.
It's just really,
Or
I think
against the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It is,
though.
exactly.
Like, just to think about how many people actually care to see their country. It's like almost like the Olympics, how people really get into it.
Yeah.
But this is just solely baseball.
Yep.
Or the
It's
World
so fun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's kind of validating that that baseball is a global sport.
Yes.
You know?
It's nice. It brings people together.
It does.
It does.
Yeah. All right, speaking
Talk
of
about the
global
World
sports,
Cup.
speaking of world sports, boys,
The Champions League.
Just if we had the theme song going in the back.
Yeah, right.
we might be able to pipe that in the back.
We might get copyright strike.
We'll try.
Okay, I want to address something.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, Liverpool. I'm not gonna
They
lie.
already booked their hotels for Istanbul.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, really?
I'm not gonna lie.
Klopp said they would.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like
Oh God.
the way that the season was going, winning the Champions League as a fan was not my priority. My priority was let's get the top 4. Let's get Champions League play next season, right? Because right now, the way we're sitting right now, we're not gonna get there. Like we're not gonna play. We're not gonna compete in the Champions League. I am very happy for Napoli, who a year ago, this is the furthest they've ever been in the Champions League in the tournament. And they had a rough year last year, and they sold a lot of big name players, and then they're first in league in Serie A.
Yeah.
But they're clear. They're like 18 points fit, like something like that, clear of first place. Like they are winning that league, like regardless. Right, and it's great to see there's 3 Italian league teams in the Champions League draw.
Well, yes. So, Italy in general used to be such a dominant country when it came to soccer. The Serie A has kind of fallen back. I know we've seen a lot of stuff with money over there and financial fair play. Milan's downfall.
Yeah,
they're
Juventus.
also in the quarterfinal. Milan.
Yeah.
Juventus, falling.
Yeah.
But no matter what, there's going to be an Italian or Portuguese side making the final now, which is...
You really think Benfica will get there?
Well, I don't know if they'll get there, but they drew...
They drew... what did they draw? Inter,
yes. Italian versus Portuguese side. I mean, they could be Inter.
Do you think either one of those...
I don't think they can beat Milan or Napoli.
You think any one of those Prem teams of your Chelsea or City could get there?
Well, so for Chelsea, similar thing what you were talking about, needing to qualify for Champions League. Top 4 is over for us, realistically. So, Graham Potter now has to sink everything into making it to a Champions League run, which we drew Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It's a historic matchup for Chelsea.
It's rough.
We've dominated the matchup. Chelsea's only lost to Real Madrid once since
Really?
1971. And it's a big stage for Graham Potter, a coach who's very young in terms of experience, came from Brighton.
That's true.
Now dealing with some of the most world-class players in the world. But I think Chelsea can pull away.
You think so?
And then obviously Man City. It's hard to say. They're going up against Bayern.
They are.
Interesting matchup. We'll see João Cancelo going back to play against his former team.
There you go.
On
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Erling Haaland, the most informed striker in the world, even if they're tap-ins, tap-in merchant, ugliest hat trick. He scored 5 goals against Leipzig.
Oh my God, that is outrageous.
They subbed him off in the 60th minute.
They did.
For 5 goals. He could have got 6, 7.
Oh, yeah, easy.
But I think realistically the most interesting matchup of the quarterfinal draw is Man City Bayern.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the more competitive draw. A
Milan Napoli game's interesting too, as far as it being Italy.
Yeah. And then I'm looking more forward to that Bayern City matchup, and then I will go with Madrid Chelsea, and then Milan Napoli.
Does this have anything to do with season 3 of Ted Lasso?
No, Man City might be in there. I think Jamie Tart went there one time.
Should I sing the song? Jamie.
No.
What the heck? What just happened?
That's my only knowledge of
Ted Lasso.
I haven't seen it.
Last little thing on just Champions League, Europa League, and in general. Arsenal top of the league. Can't even win Europa. Bottled it. How are we feeling about that?
I hate it here.
You're an Arsenal fan.
I know, but I hate seeing Arsenal succeede.
They didn't succeed. They lost on penalties.
No, but they're first in the league.
True.
They're first in the league. I hate it here. The Gooners.
The Gooners.
The Goofy Gooners.
Goofy Gooners.
There you go.
And on that note.
I am happy for them. I am really happy for them.
Mikel Arteta's a good coach.
Mikel Arteta is a great manager. Great manager. I wish we could. Klopp is not a bad manager. We just had so many injuries, key injuries. I guarantee you, if Ibrahima Konate was healthy in that first leg against Madrid, and we don't concede 5 goals. We don't fall down 5-2 in the aggregate.
It is tough scoring 7 against United the week before.
Conceding 1 to Bournemouth like a week later. Bournemouth is in the relegation zone. We're trying to fight for top 4. We lose to a team that's fighting relegation.
Chelsea lost.
I know that wasn't Ted Lasso.
Same.
I hate it here.
All right, is that it for us?
Yeah,
that's
it for us. Okay, thank you guys for being here on this wonderful St. Matty's Day. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you want to catch up on some of beach sports' latest news, be sure to check out our website, daily49er.com, and follow us on socials at daily49er. We'll see us back here next week.
Yay.
Say bye, boys.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.